I'm a big Bobby Witt Jr. believer. I think that kid's a star. I think he's a stud waiting to happen. And the bust out could be this year. And then you look at Vinny Pasquantino, put up a 383 on base percentage with 10 dingers last year in a short, fairly small sample. Can he do it over a big league season? But if he's a legitimate power force with a high on base percentage in the middle of that lineup, that makes things look a lot different than the pop gun offense they used to run out there. So, he had a better rookie year than Spencer Torkelson did. Let's put it that way. So I think the Royals have some talent. Melendez can hit. He's a terrible catcher, but they still have Sal Perez. It's going to be interesting to see what the Royals can do. Basically, can they plug together pitching behind Brady Singer and a bullpen other than Scott Barlow? If they can, then maybe they're a surprise team too. But I think them and the Tigers probably will duke it out for third and fifth place, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think in general, I mean, all the teams in the Central, despite not being the flashiest in baseball, that they're all interesting for their own reasons. But I really do think that the Royals could be the most interesting, just because they got a lot of these young guys in their lineup. Like you mentioned, Melendez, Nick Prado, Vinny Pasquantino. That those guys could take big steps, kind of coming into their own here as they get some more experience. And then you're obviously you got a staple in Salvador Perez, and you already mentioned Witt, who has superstar level potential. So they have a lot of pieces. Nicky Lopez had a solid WBC. He's always just been a solid everyday player. So I'm really kind of curious, like what kind of output that they're going to get from their lineup, because they have decent players and they're all young, and it's a good core coming together. But like you mentioned, just the pitching behind Brady Singer, they've had a lot of high profile guys that just really haven't panned out to this point. And
right.
I know obviously Greinke's there, and he's a lot of fun to watch even still at his age right now, but the depth there is not going to get them to anything of prominence. But and then on top of it, they have the signing of Chapman and that whole fallout with the Yankees. Who even knows what you're going to get from him? So they'll be a really interesting team. Might not be good, but I'm really kind of curious to see what kind of step that they take, because they have young pieces, but it's really just a big enigma. So I'm very, very curious to see what happens with the Royals.
Yeah, what are your guys' kind of thoughts on like just the state of the Royals? Because they had 2 years, right, where they make the World Series back-to-back years. They had an incredibly fun team, fantastic defensively, an incredible bullpen. And, other than that, I don't even know the last time they won the division before that. They really had just that 2 years of success, and then they've kind of just been at the cellar of the Central for most of this century, if we're being honest. Like, do you guys trust the Royals organization? Do you trust the management to build this back up? Or do you think, 2014 and 2015 was kind of an anomaly, and who they've been, most of this century is what this organization is?
Well, they brought in a new GM, right? They finally got rid of Dayton Moore. And again, Dayton Moore built that winner, to his credit. They had the farm system of the century, supposedly. It took about an extra year and a half longer than they thought to build a winner back in 2013 and 14 and 15. But they did, and they got, flags fly forever is what they say, right? They got the flag. They got the ring. So that was a success. Then they let some pieces go. They brought in some guys that didn't work out, and all of a sudden they were kind of going in the rebuild mode too, and they wanted to give Dayton Moore the second chance to do it again. But it wasn't moving forward. That 2018 pitching draft was supposed to have, stars besides Singer, and so far Singer's the only one. With the new GM, you got to hope, if you're a Royals fan, that the Walmart money behind the Royals will be flowing. It never really has to this point. They've always been a relatively low to mid-range salary club. They don't have an excuse for it, though. They live in a good baseball market with some really good fans who will show up to watch a winner. And again, they have the Walmart cash behind them. They should be able to spend if they want to. It's more a choice when they don't.